welcome back to my channel. I'm Holly, and for the whole month of October I am going to be doing Halloween. If you have seen my previous videos, you'll know like the basis of what I've been up to, and if you're loving Halloween type and spooky videos, you will absolutely adore Halloween. Today I'm going to be doing a very special video to my heart, which is going to be a Buffy the Vampire Slayer makeup tutorial. I have been a fan of Buffy ever since I was little. I would say it was one of the consistent things that I was obsessed with. I think my mum introduced me when I was 12, because at that age it can be a little scary, I have to say. Like, there was some that stuck with me as being quite terrifying, and I thought it'd be the perfect thing to do for Halloween this year, because it's the 20th anniversary of Buffy the Slayer coming out, which came out in 1997, which is so crazy to believe. I would have been 2 when this first came out, and I have always wanted to be a Sunnydale Slayer, and honestly she's such an amazing icon for being a really cool kick-ass girl that shows that you don't have to be a guy to have all the power, truly. So I'm going to get stuck right into this makeup tutorial for you. Because Buffy Summers has quite a glowy skin, I'm going to be using the Touche eclait primer, which has beautiful gold glitter in it, so it helps to give you that beautiful lit from within glow. And I'm still suffering from a breakout, so I'm going to try my hardest to cover that up, because Buffy Summers has the most amazing skin I've ever did see. I also thought it'd be nice while doing the tutorial to tell you things that I've learned about the show which I didn't know before, which is actually quite interesting as well. I'm going to be using as foundation the Touche eclait foundation, as well as a good pairing with the primer. They work really well together, and it makes me super pale, which is what I need. And using my Real Techniques sponge. I've just forgotten concealer. I'll come back to that. That happens sometimes. So while looking up on the show, if you haven't seen it yet or not sure what the show is fully about, it basically follows she's 16 when she starts? I want to say she's 16. Follows a 16-year-old girl who moves to a new school in California, Sunnydale, and she's trying to live a normal life as you would as a normal teenager. But then a librarian comes up to her, as you would find, as casually it would happen, saying that she is the slayer to demons, vampires, all hookity-bookity things. So she and her Scooby gang work together to defeat evil within Sunnydale, and with Sunnydale being built above a hellmouth, it is like a vortex of evil comes towards Sunnydale. So she's in the right place in order to find these things and sort these things out. And when reading of the interesting facts of the casting, originally Katie Holmes was going to play Buffy and Ryan Reynolds is going to play Xander, and I could not picture that now. Seeing how amazing these guys did on the show, I could not picture those guys doing it. It would be so strange if I saw those guys do it. Also, the huge crush of the show, Angel, which I have named one of my cats after. She is called Angelus, but we call her Angel for short. And he didn't actually cast for the show. The actual casting director had a guy who used to walk down his street walking his dog and thought he'd be perfect for the role, and that created David Banderas, which has done so amazing for us. So I thought he was an actual actor. I could not believe I read that. He was just so fortunate to get picked, and they said he was perfect, and so his career began basically, which is crazy to believe. And I bet he was so chuffed to be able to get that kind of opportunity. And my all-time crush of the show was Spike, which also shocked me is that he was Californian. So he, even though he had a British accent within the show, which he did so well by the way, he had to have a dialect coach to be able to learn British, because as you know, all the British people are always the best villains. Always what it seems. I'm also using the Kevin Aucoin Central Skin Enhancer, which I always do for concealing. And then I'm going to powder my face up. So I have to say Buffy's makeup is quite natural. It's very 90s, very minimal, but like with a strong brown lip. So I'm going to try my best to recreate it for you today. I'll also show you what I would wear if I was Buffy the Slayer for a day. If you guys are thinking about becoming Buffy for Halloween this year, should be a really awesome one to do, because it's such a cult favourite. People would know exactly who you are, and with it being the 20th anniversary, I think it's quite nice to do something in to celebrate it, really, because 20 years is a hell of a long time. And if you guys is a huge fan of the show, I'm sure you've heard on Sci-Fi they've been showing the episodes from the start and the top countdown, and I've forgotten how much I love this show. I absolutely adored this show so much. I think I'm also going to do a Halloween episode on top 20 or top 10 Buffy the Vampire Slayer episodes, because I adore this show so much. And if you're still unsure on the show, like, some of these you can watch some of these you can watch and not have to know the full-on premise. It's kind of like a little scary movie. I don't know if you guys have been watching my previous videos. This always appears when I do a video. Like, what is this? And it's so mind boggles me as to what this is, because it only appears this time, unless it does other times too, but I've just not realised it. But how weird. Anyways, I'm going to go with my eyebrows. I'm not going to go overboard with this because it's a very natural makeup, and I'm going to be taking my Tanya Burr, is it Perfect Brow? Perfect Brow in shade Chestnut and Hot Cocoa, and I'm going to be mixing them together as I always do, because I can't do anything else. I'm absolutely useless. It's quite hard to distinguish, because sometimes it looks like she's got nothing on them at all, like it's very minimalist. Sometimes it's a bit of definition in the crease, so I'm just going to keep it very neutral matte, neutral, very nude shades to give that defined look, but not like you're wearing makeup. It's just very like natural beauty. So I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Vice Reloaded palette, and going to take shades. I think I'm going to use Anonymous all over the lid, maybe a bit of Laced, and maybe a bit of Suspend in the crease. So I'm going to keep it so minimal, but also looks very, very pretty. I'm going to try and zoom you guys in. It's very like banana based. I'm then going to take a bit of Laced, which is a more neutral muted brown, and take this over the top. And then the really dark like Hot Cocoa shade to make a V. That was darker than I thought it would be. I'm just taking a bit of laced back underneath the eye. And I'm going to do the same for the other eye too. Guys, I've done the other eye. And I've also put some eyeliner in both eyes too with the Rock and Coal Iconic Liquid Eye Pencil from Charlotte Tilbury. And this is where I might mess this up, because I'm going to try and pop a little of the kohl eyeliner just on the lash line on top and smudge it out a little bit to give that more smokiness feel. So I'm going to try my hardest and see how this goes. I'm just going to do it very slow, very steady. But also, I think if your line isn't that perfect, don't worry, because I think when you smudge it out, that helps loads too. More 90s. Let's hope so. Okay, and then I'm going to be taking my Dior Pump and Volume Dior Show mascara. Any mascara will do really, if that's best for you. I always thought she had quite natural mascara if she had any on, maybe brown, but I don't have any brown because I love the blackest, darkest, longest lashes you can ever have. So sadly I don't have that to add that to the effect. I know in the 90s like coloured mascara were a huge thing, wasn't there? But I think that's kind of come back as well. When you have animals, do you ever get like animal hair in your mascara? Because I don't know how this happens when they're not even near your makeup. It's just like airborne. It's everywhere it can. I think it's gone in my eyelashes if I'm being honest right now, and I'm not going to see. So I'm going to be taking my trusty Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow in shade Light and just bronzing the face and maybe a little highlight, even though I don't even think highlight was a big thing back then. I always loved with Buffy too. I think my most favourite years was when they were in high school and college. I find like they were so like fun, and I don't know, it helped like I don't know, it was just, I find it was so much fun when they were at high school, and it like started off the supernatural school phase. Like Vampire Diaries probably wouldn't have been a thing without Buffy, and Twilight maybe wouldn't have been a thing without Buffy. Like it was such a Paramount show and nothing like this had been done before, and I love that it was pure, like it was the first time experiencing something like this, but it was amazing how it would kick off something you wouldn't even think. Like when they first did the first series, they were on a very limited budget and they did the best of what they could, and I have to say like the first couple of seasons are some of the best, and I feel if that was an unlimited budget, they did so well. They should be so proud. Okay, lips. Lips is one of the most important things I think to make this look. She does tend to go for a more glossy lip, but I tend to not have glosses as much. But I do have shades that could be very 90s lip inspired. So I'm going to pop them on the arm, some that I think would be quite a classic thing. Celebrity Skin by Jefree. Now this is a beautiful muted nude, and I'll do a swatch of it for you on my hand. Jefree. See, it's a beautiful nude. It's very, very comfortable. The Jefree Stars, I have to say, are the best liquid lipsticks you can go for. Okay, we then have Velvet Teddy from MAC. If you've seen on my channel for a very long time, this has been a trusty favourite. Look how much is left. So this is Velvet Teddy. As you see, it is quite on the X soft matte lip creams. I adore these. I didn't realise how much I would love these. And this is in the shade Toulouse. I love the name of this one as well. Use more than a brown, but I think it would work so well on all different skin tones, and honestly it's the most comfortable matte lip you will ever have. True apply that over the top as well. I'm going to take Ginger from Kylie Cosmetics and let's fill that lip in. And that is Toulouse on the lips. I believe these are like £4.95 or something like that at Boots. And honestly, I can't recommend them enough. This looks like such a lovely 90s colour. I think I picked good. So this is the finished makeup look. I feel it's very, very natural. Very, very everyday. But I feel like Buffy didn't have as much time to do a makeup as she would have liked anyway, so bless her heart. I think that's why it is very natural, because she had better things to be thinking about, like saving the world, of course. So before I go, I want to show you this t-shirt that I have. I actually got it in America. It took a bit of shipping cost, I will admit, but I was like, I love this so much, I've got to have it. Like, there's no like much Buffy merch out there. Maybe there was at the time, but not so much now. And the shirt, I want to say Hot Topic. I want to say Hot Topic in a minute, but I'll show you like it on a I'll show you the back too, because the back is so amazing. So I'll show you this before I go. Okay, so the shirt has Sunnydale Slayers on the front, but when you saw back, how amazing is this? Like, it's the most amazing shirt ever. And I just wanted to show you guys because I thought, oh my gosh, it's the cutest thing. I fangirl about it all the time. And if you're wanting like a Buffy inspired like clothing for Halloween, something like this is awesome. But also just a black t-shirt, denim, black jeans and a cross necklace, you will be Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Trust me on that. With straight hair, that's why I straightened mine today. You will look so like Buffy, and it is such an iconic one to do, honestly. If you're wanting a not very expensive outfit for Halloween, but it's going to look like you've spent a lot of time into it. It's also very cool that you're doing it on the 20th anniversary. I feel like I might be Buffy this year just for it. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in tomorrow for my next 30 days of Halloween. See you, bye!